Chaos. Pure chaos. Still trying to figure it out. Oh, mute him. Right. Oh god, he wants it streaming. It's all been a bit manic today. Hello and welcome back to the Bear Racing League channel. My name is the Cartasistics. We should be live right now, though it doesn't want to say we're live. That's probably because we're not. We are, and yet it's not showing us to exist. That's never very helpful. Let me stop broadcast and restart it again. Oh, someone's in. Hello, someone. You can see the stream. I can't. For some reason, it's not showing me, which isn't at all helpful. I kind of need to be able to see my own stream. As we head into the start of qualifying, I'm still trying to find my stream. Dire right now. It's been an eventful, very eventful day. Let me try and run YouTube on People are leaving the pits already. That's an Alpine. He's the first to leave the pits. It's either Obimushi. It is Obimushi. There is quite a few new people today, so I thought I'd pay for that. There is a lot of new people today, actually. I've had to add a few people, get rid of a few people. You know how it is. And I can finally actually access it, which is absolutely lovely. This is the first man who will go out. Brand new to the league. I am still... Oh, he's done it for me. Lovely. Oh, my controller's low. That's never good. Probably should charge that. So, 18 minutes of qualifying around one of my favourite circuits on the grid, Silverstone. It's such a fun circuit to do, to be honest, and you don't really get better than it. And I've just switched my mic to my actual mic, so you could probably hear me a lot better now. Right, quite a few people on outlaps already. So many getting around the track at the moment. Pretty much all on softs, par 2 on mediums. This man is very heavily swerving around. Almost everybody out already. Very chaotic on the track, especially coming down the the Wellington Straight at the moment. I'm British, right? So I should know the Silverstone corner names, but I don't. So you're going to have to bear with me on some of the corners. What I'll probably do is I'll probably have a map with all the corners. Big changes from last week. Not only has everybody decided to go on their outlap immediately, and by the looks like McLaren and 2 AlphaTauris getting a bit squirmish into the last corner. Alpine starting his fastest lap. The 2 AlphaTauris going very slowly. He is on a pair of soft tyres, so he will go fastest, obviously, at the very start. Heading around some of the slowest corners on the grid, opening the first DRS of the entire weekend per se. Aston Martin right behind, and McLaren not too far behind that. Obviously he does go fastest. Whether he'll stay fastest or not, who knows. It's only until we have sort of the first wave that we can really start to gauge where people are. So right now it's almost just whatever floats your boat, really. Gonna have a little look back. Don't have to go too far into the pass. to see how last week's got on. That's qualifying. I found my qualifying picture. I need my race. So looking at results from last week, Aeroblake obviously won the race. He is back, currently in P17. Obviously haven't done a lap yet. The Alpine's gone invalid, so he won't set the first lap of the race. And Roni in the Mercedes is also hoping to probably get a good position today. That's if he's leading. Roni is not in. That's not ideal for him, but our Henson in the Williams down in P16 as well. He'll be hoping to get a really good, I guess, run per se. Still, no one put a single lap in. So we are still some time into this qualifying, and yet no one has put a lap in. By the looks of it, it's going to be this Red Bull to set the first lap. He hasn't gone invalid. That's ideal for him. He has gone invalid, though, at the second to last corner, so he won't go fast as Nanuccio has retired from the session already. That's unfortunate for him. It's going to be a Ferrari that sets the fastest lap, and it will not be De Brindle that takes it. It'll be J Horse. A 1:27.5 has been placed down. A lot quicker than the other two times that have been set. Aeroblake not even being able to get close to that. This guy is supersonic. I mean, he is absolutely obliterated what's happened so far. Looking at gap to leader, he's nearly a second up on everyone else, but this isn't the first time we've seen this. You know, last week round we saw someone fall 4 seconds off the lead right at the very start, and you know, stuff like that does come down very, very quickly. Other people, our Henson's managed to squeeze his way in between 6/10 off of this new guy. Very, very quick indeed, though. The Williams in a very decent spot at the moment. Obviously, they've still got 12 minutes left to qualify. They've still got so much time to get some stuff done if they want to. So don't be surprised if we singing the song, spinning on the softs as we go. That is a fantastic little song, as Storm has put in an absolutely storming lap, if I may say so myself, and has got within a tenth of our Ferrari leader. Maybe he's not that quick after all. This is going to be a really interesting race, because obviously the first time round was pretty good. Didn't have an absolutely ideal turnout for a race, but we still managed to get some solid stuff. And that is Ninja in the wall at turn 1. He's obviously spun it at turn 1 and gone clattering into that wall over there. So that is an unfortunate place to park up. Not even finish the lap. It's sad to see people go out like that, but it does happen. And unfortunately, it's happened to him. Quite a few people heading back into the pits now, just looking at the gaps between some people around our lovely Silverstone track. My home, obviously, as you can probably tell from what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, my home. Very, very nice indeed. I love Silverstone. It's a really, really fun track to watch, as well as a great track for racing. You've got difficult sections like Magnus and Beckett's where you can lose a tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, all the way up to a second, really. As this guy that I'm watching, CF Jack, has gone fastest in Sector 2. We should probably keep an eye on him and see how his lap does. He's on a second flying lap though, so that's pretty good going for him. That's exactly what Ida wanted. Heading around the second to last corner, flying out here. How quick is this lap? Does it put him on pole? No, it's only a slight improvement, but the fastest Sector 2, he must be really struggling in Sector 1 and Sector 3 to lose out just that much. Unfortunate for him, but still a solid position. P6 at the moment. So, our race leader all the way down in P5. Quite a few people putting in some really decent laps. So around that Alfa Romeo, the man that fought through the pack, I believe, Chaz Knight Rider. He's up just 2 tenths from the leader, P3. And Storm, as I said, has managed to find his way very high up onto the grid in P2. It's Speaking of which, he is coming back out for another lap. Jay Hawes has decided not to yet. I'm probably going to just call him 888. That's much easier. But this is going to be a man to look out for. He's going to be very, very quick at the moment. Quite a lot of these people are also going to be on in-laps. You see him, he's quite obviously on an in-lap. He's not hanging around. The World Drivers' Champion of 1967. Who was the World Driver Champion of 1967? WBC 1967 was... It was won by Denny Hulme, who I've never actually heard that name before. So this guy is Denny Hulme. He died back in 1992. So rest in peace, my guy. Rest in peace. He's on a slow lap now, so quite a few people still on and some out laps. This is going to be the lap to watch. Obviously, this man has an opportunity to put it on pole here. So long as he hooks it up, I reckon he's got a really solid chance of putting it on pole today. Heading into the last little part, lots of people driving nice and slowly to let others pass. It's causing chaos. It's causing lots of yellow flags, but that doesn't matter because it's the Aston Martin starting the lap now. Into turn one. It's a quick one. Try not to spin. He doesn't. And I'm going to pull up my my track map. Because I don't know the corners, surprisingly. For someone who... This is my home track and I don't know the corners. So... He's quick though. He's moving. Not quite. Oh no, he is in sector 2, so he hasn't gone fast in sector 1. Still looking really, really solid for a lap though. Lots of people on flyers at the moment. Taking a quick look at our tyres. Loads of people on softs, some old softs as well. 3 laps old. That's not ideal. That's not what you'd be wanting, especially with the softs. They burn out so quickly. It's a dangerous thing to do, to be on those sorts of softs. Aero Blake goes fastest. I wasn't even paying attention to him. He has gone fastest by a considerable amount as well. So he's cemented himself back up at the top. Other drivers like Jay Hawes, 888 and Storm, he'll be coming across the line soonish. He'll have 4 attempts to catch up. Has he caught up 4 attempts within this lap? Crosses the line. Doesn't. He catches up 3 attempts though. That puts him P2. But this man's not far behind. Number 20, the Ferrari. Jay Hawes, 888. Round the first corner, round the second corner of the group, gets it, good exit through there. Can he go fastest? No, he doesn't, but he's not far off. Just 0.03 of a second to P1, so it's super, super tight at the top. So only once you get down to P4, once you get to stead, does it really begin to open up. Then half a second to P4, and it just gets bigger and bigger from there. And I'm trying to flick through the drivers, and I'm just flicking through the cameras. Edward Binch, this man's going to need a miracle, and so are these two, because these guys haven't even set a lap yet. That's never any good. But Knott's Baller is out of qualifying, and that's it. That's not a good place to be out of qualifying, is it? Out at Maggots and Beckett's, he's spun it. This is the only McLaren, and he has obviously lost it at this corner and just spun into there. That is very unfortunate. And that's not what he'd have been wanting at all. A couple of drivers just letting each other pass. There's some are on flyers, some are still hanging around. You know, you get that sort of thing, in racing. So it's nice to see that the drivers do that instead of just staying on the line when people behind them are, they're going full pelt. So yeah, that's it's a nice thing to see that the drivers have that respect for each other as such. And yeah. Currently, loads of people diving into the pits, as we can see from here. The man we were watching dives into the pits. Chaz Knight Rider going for a flying lap now. Changes down in top. I believe that stopped anyway. It's not Tabby. I've got the wrong one. Yeah, this, as I say, corner names, not very good. Not very good. It's alright though. It's alright. Rounds the long right-hander. That's one of my favourite corners because it's just about timing it to get it down on the power. Really, really good fun around that corner. That's Cox. That's the one I was on about, where the incident happened last season. Sir Jake is out as well. I didn't even realise. The only McLaren is out 1.7 seconds off the pace at the moment, as loads of people are in the pits, but that probably won't be the case for much longer. As you get closer and closer to that time, obviously people start to creep out their pit boxes, obviously unsurprisingly, and you end up with like a really great battle at the end. It's what I absolutely love about that qualifying, is that chaos that ensues towards the end. So much fun to watch, and I think we're in for a treat today. As always, actually, these guys really know what they're doing when it comes to putting on a show for us. Actually. Yeah, they do a very good job. Very proud of them. As I am just trying to get my map to work. I think I've got it. So, just watching on boards with the Alfa Romeo, one of the only cars on the track at the moment. A few people on their outlaps, starting to get a little bit busy. People are beginning to leave their pit boxes now. Aero Blake's going to be one of the first to set a time, so what he'll be aiming for is just to put it so far in front that it's impossible to catch. Big braking zone into Vale, one of my favourite sets of corners. 16, 17, 18, onto the straight, really easy to lose grip through club, but onto that main straight, and it is such a fun corner to drive. Down into turn one, it's quick, it's still full throttle by the sounds of it. He didn't lift at all. Got to get that braking just right, does. Clips the apex. Can he clip the next? Not quite, runs a little bit wide, but that's alright. He's still got really good time running through there. DRS open. P2 to P7 all on their outlaps currently, so this is the only man other than CF Jack in the top 10 taking his flying lap currently. People moving out his way, really nice and respectful to see. As I was saying before, Stead has started his flying lap as well. He's half a second off Aero right now. That is Aero going quicker, I'm not 100% sure. We'll wait to see. No, he will not go any quicker. He has spun at one of the easiest to spin corners in the game. He spun at Cops Corner. That's absolutely devastating. J-Hawes, Storm, Chaz Knighter even, they don't have to do much to get a better time out of themselves. What will be the next one? Stead will be the next one to cross the line, as I believe he's going fastest in sector 1. This could be a really good lap on for him. Whether it's just he closes down time, whether he gets the front row, whether it's second, it'll be better than what he's on at the moment at third row. There's a lot of people fighting for some really good positions here. Into the corner that has spun our pole sitter at the moment. He doesn't spin, he stays through nice and clean. Maybe he heard and decided to just to ease off a little bit, lose a little bit of time, but you know, that's alright as just to make sure you make it round the corner sort of precaution. Pretty quick through there as well. Into sector 3 now. He's gone fastest sector 2 as well. This could be the lap. This could be a hell of a lap by the looks of it. Look, everybody now on their everyone on their flying lap now. Pretty much everyone beginning to finish. That is the clock done. Qualifying over. Stead's coming through now. He's got a car in front of him. Maybe he'll go around with a little bit of slipstream through the final corner. Does he go fastest? He does go fastest by not very much though. He's put a 10th in front of J-Hawes. So this could be absolutely huge for him. Aero has managed to sneak in another lap, I think. So he's going to go for another lap. Let's see whether he can get that as well. Looking forward. J-Horse about to hit that. People just completely off the track. I think that's Esports Adley. Just completely off the track as the Red Bull slowing the Ferrari down. Has he managed to get out of the way in time? I think he just about has. Storm's gone quickest. So far, we're 0.079 to his teammate. Storm's put it on pole currently. Both the Aston Martins have finished. Right now it's just Aero, J-Horse, Chaz Knights are really in the battle. Obi Moosh has finished P6, but that's all to play for, with cars behind him still on their flying laps. Other drivers, the Ferrari comes across the line, he puts it on pole. Oh, that is so close, 9 thousandths of a second to Storm. This is such a close qualifying, it's absolutely unbelievable. There's only one run that really can knock everyone off. He doesn't though. It's so close at the top. Let's see whether Chaz Knights can bring it even closer. Can he bring it? No, he doesn't. He keeps quite a consistent distance from them all. But that is so tight at the top. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Jeff. I can't believe what's just happened. That is an absolutely unbelievable qualifying. J-Horse Triple Eight has managed to put it on pole with a 127.092. Storm 72 coming in just 9 thousandths of a second slower. P3 600 slower than pole. P4 800. It has been such an incredible qualifying. This has gassed me for the race so much. This is going to be one hell of a race if it stays this close. I've got to quickly screenshot these to put into and grab that one. Lovely. Now that is one hell of a qualifying. 15 seconds to rattle all these names. J-Horse, Storm, Aero, Stead, Chaz, Ovimuth, Renson, Joachim, Cav, DRP, Sir Jake, Esports Adley, DeBrindle, WDC, Edward, Notsbear, Nucho and Ninja leads out the pack and into the race. Damn, that's good. I'm good at this. I'm just a pro. I can't remember whether I turned formation nap or not. So, guys, be prepared if there's not a formation nap, because I can't remember whether I turned it on. It's never a good thing. I can't remember if I turned formation nap. I think it was on, but I can't remember. I do apologise if it's not, because it's supposed to be. Five seconds into the race. Good luck to everybody. No flashbacks on, obviously. We are going to the 5 red lights. I do apologise greatly, but it is lights out and away we go. The McLaren and the Alpine moving heavily. The Williams brings itself into the centre. The Ferrari's got a really good run into turn 1. Storm will hold P2 into the row. Pretty much everyone stayed the same. Steads managed to lose his way down into 4th, I believe. I don't believe he started there. No, maybe he did, in fact. Williams, people moving slowly as it's a virtual safety car. Something's happened. Sir Jake is out of the Grand Prix already. I was wondering why everyone was moving so slowly. Virtual safety car out already. Just not even a few corners in. Chaz Knights has had an absolutely appalling start. He's lost 3 positions. Big moves by the Nucho, though. He's managed to work his way up to P13 already. Incredible stuff from him. Currently heading just out of Luffield now. Our pole man, we haven't gone green yet, but he's always, you can see him dabbling on the accelerator. We are going though. Predicted pit stop strategies, it's a 1 stop all the way. He's got an absolutely flying off of that virtual safety car. No, it is still a virtual safety car. He just pulled away massively. Not 100% sure why he planned on doing that. It'd be very frustrating to go green during a corner. But we have gone green during a corner. But we've gone green, heading onto the hangar straight. Can Storm be able to try and make a move here? No, he decides to hold back. Not using any ERS, unsurprisingly. We've still got a long race ahead of us. The number 20 car versus the number 19 car. It's almost like it was scripted, but trust me, it wasn't. I don't have the money to pay them to script. J Horse obviously going fastest, but it was only lap 1 of 26. So 50% race course. R. Henson having to come into the pits, lost 5 positions already, and the Brindle's also in the pits, losing lots and lots of positions. WCD up to P9, 4 positions gained. Very, very impressive. It is still so close at the top. Like, these guys are unbelievably close to each other, just running in unison. It's fantastic to watch down the straight. Storm going fastest into sector 1, but there might just be people faster behind. It doesn't look like it. It looks like he has taken it. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know why he's pitted. Yeah, possible sandwich. That's quite common here. But none of them have really changed positions. Obi Mushi's managed to find his way up into P5. As Chaz Niter is on a mission, bringing himself back up into a very good position. Up to P6, but it's going to be a challenge to get himself any higher. He's got 2 seconds to clamber up to P5. DRS not open yet. That'll be open next lap. The Aston Martin, the Haas, and the other Aston instead beginning to pull off these top 3 runners. The podiums are almost by themselves now. It's not quite. He's slightly underfueled. Aerobrake is slightly underfueled. That's a very interesting tactic. He's hoping for a safety car. He's betting on a safety car to gain some of that back, but he has gone fastest, unsurprisingly. A lot lighter than everybody else. It looks awesome, mate, because it is. It is awesome, GTR Tiberino. It is awesome, and I absolutely love it. Really, really close at the front still. They're relentless on each other. They will not give up. Beginning to open it out just a little bit, but none of them quite want to make a move. Terribly sorry. My mic is on. I've just been talking for the last 2 minutes. So much has happened. Nos Baller's just DNF'd out of the session as well. Absolute chaos. So WCD and Edward Finch have both DNF'd out of the session recently, I believe. Nos Baller DNFing just a few moments ago. Still no changes at the front. All of them just in unison. None of them can break each other. As this man has got a fantastic braking control. Just etching off the brake. It's absolutely wonderful to watch. I'm absolutely loving it. These 3 drivers really, really close in contention of another. I think he spun at Cops. I saw him off at Cops just out of that corner, but I'm not actually sure what exactly happened to cause that incident. Did you do a little spin and DNF out of that, Edward? It didn't quite go to plan, did it? Noticeably, Jay Hawes has got a lot less ERS than these 2 boys. Obviously, having to use a lot more ERS down the straights to keep that DRS at bay is obviously what I'm going to presume is the tactic. What's going on there? Aero Blake's gone fastest. Very, very close behind now. Could he possibly make a move? No, he's going to stay behind. Just dabbling the brakes. Obviously, he hasn't got ABS on it, so just ever so slightly. Could he possibly look to make a move down here on the Aston Martin? It is a possibility. The 3 run down into the corner. He's so close behind, but he's still not going to make a move. A couple of people grabbing penalties. Ninja's managed to find himself up 7 positions, but with a penalty just added to his name. All 3, they just do not want to budge. They're so close. You can't take your eye off the action, because you know as soon as I move away, something will happen. One of them will make a move. Just because I decided to leave. They're just so close to each other, but none of them brave enough. None of them got the balls. None of them got the braking ability to make a move. I mean, it is it's challenging to watch and it's challenging to commentate. I'll be totally honest with you. Please do something, I beg. Please do something. That'd be highly appreciated. All 3 just... It's amazing how close they're racing, but it's not really racing. I guess also you've got the problem factor of if not using ERS, it could be a possibility to make a move. No, he does slightly defend there. Jesus Christ. Does defend. Aston Martin just tucks back in. He decided it's not worth it there and then. Just using little bits of ERS. The 2 at the back got substantially more ERS, which obviously is going to be a massive help for them and a big hindrance for Jay Horson, because as soon as he runs out of ERS, and that's going to happen soon, they're going to bite him up. They're going to chew him up whole, and it might even be now. The Haas has followed fantastically through there. Could he possibly make a move? It's big defending from the Ferrari. It's a pretty poor braking zone for the Aston Martin though. He has to stay behind. And the Haas, so close up the end of that Aston Martin. He's practically touching the back of it. So close. These 2 might having a better scrap than P1 and P2. P2, P3. Aero desperate to get past, because he knows as soon as he gets past, I'm almost guaranteed that Aero will be able to get past Jay Horson. But these guys are almost so in unison with what they're doing, braking at the same times. It's great racing to watch. I'm not going to say otherwise. Fantastic racing to watch. Looking at our front runner now, clips the apex nicely, good exit. Got some horrible camera angles on those 2, so we're going to have to watch this guy. Not for long though. The Aston Martin, the Ferrari just having a little look to defend there. Still, not much happening. Quite a quiet start to a Grand Prix. Virtual safety cars twice over. Managed to get 2 virtual safety cars and not a single safety car. Safety cars are where it's at. Just like... I should be able to decide when we have a safety car. That would be so good. Codemasters, just listen to me. As Aero's obviously had some sort of mistake or something, lost a substantial amount of time through Maggotts and Beckett's, made it all back up though. Now he's closer to Storm than ever before. Ninjazuka out of the Grand Prix. Big defending by the Ferrari. Same thing's happened again. He's still running around the outside though. Jay Horse makes that defence clear as he dives into the pit lane. I thought that was going to be the move of the life. He has decided to dive into the pit lane. This is going to give Aero an absolutely fantastic chance on Jay Horse. He hasn't got to worry about getting past 2. He's only got to worry about getting past 1. This could be absolutely... this could be really big for the race now. Can Aeroplane get that track position on Jay Horse? It looks to be the case. He is so close to the back of him. And with 60% more ERS, he'll absolutely be hammering the ERS on this exit surely. Yes, he is. Heading down the Wellington straight now. Big defending. Big moves though. He's going to have to go round the outside if he wants to make this move happen. He's got the position done before they even hit the corner. That's just that speed of the Haas as it's running with ERS and DRS on J-Horse. It left absolutely no room for error. and it's an absolutely fantastic move from him. Gets it done before the corners even happen, so he can get himself back on the racing line and ready to go for the rest of the corner. The Ferrari could bite back though out of Maggers and Beckett. Let's hope for the half that he doesn't. The Ferrari will want it though. J-Horse will want it. He's enabled ERS early, enabled DRS, but I think he's just a little bit too far back. He's going to gain a substantial amount of time down this straight, but I don't think it's quite enough. Could it be enough though? He always so close to being able to get up the inside there. Just about not enough room. He needs like to be like a tenth back to be able to try and make a dive like that. It is so tight now. These two drivers driving very well between them, but Aeroblake getting an absolutely lovely one through sector 3 there. Pulled away massively. He's gone fastest that lap. That's really showing something. I think Aeroblake's going to run away with this now. At least on track battle currently. He's gone fastest that lap. Is he going to go for another fastest sector 1? Maybe not, because he won't have DRS. But nonetheless, beginning to pull away from J-Horse already. It's clear that he wanted to get past before. It's clear that he's getting past now. Yeah, really beginning to pull away on that time now through these corners, through this complex, through the slower corners. He's just got the grip so much more than J-Horse. Obviously, Storm decided to go for a huge undercut. Whether that's going to pay off or not, we're not 100% sure yet. Let's hope for the best for him. Let's see whether the Ferrari can stay in front of Storm as well, because he's beginning to pull away, and without almost the competitive edge of having the other guys, but they will have DRS. That will be just boosting him along. Maybe just about clinching in positions that he'll end up wanting to be in. This is Storm right now towards the back of the grid. Currently sat P9. He's in a pretty good place as Aeroblake dives into the pit lane. Comes in quite slow actually, which then once more puts the Ferrari into the lead of the Grand Prix. The number 20 J-Horse and Stead also coming in for his stop currently. This is one of the big important things about Silverstone. It's a very long pit lane. You don't want to be doing 2-3 stoppers here. You want one stop and a single stop only. Pulling out Stead. Aeroblake also pulling out. Couple of cars between them. They'll probably be having to pit soon as well though. So don't be thinking that that's a forever thing. They're all on soft tyres as well. Aeroblake comfortably in front of Storm. Comfortably. Put a whole second between a gap. Whole gap second between them there. Climbing already, beginning to take down so much time out of P4. Already taken 3/10 out of him since the start of this. He'll be absolutely flying now, and he'll want to try and take as much time out of the leader as possible. So let's look on board. Is he taking time out though? Let's take a little look. Currently it's looking to be the case, although it's a poor corner by the looks of it. And it's just really important how long is that pit stop, because that can make all the difference. And by the looks of it, Storm's going a little bit quicker than Aero. Maybe he's just that little bit more used to his medium tyres, and he was gaining on him substantially there. Whether that will stay the case or not, I'm not 100% sure yet. But we continue to watch on. These guys absolutely fly about the track. Couple of people throwing themselves into the pit lane. That's Mercedes of Joachim and Obi Moshi, the Alpine, have decided to come into the pit lane here. That means Aeroblake and Storm will without a doubt pass them. Probably Stead as well. Wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. And Tottenham are drawing to Leicester. In case you're watching and you like football, Tottenham are drawing to Leicester currently, which is just fantastic to be in the first quarter, isn't it? They are beginning to chop a bit of time out of P1. He's 10 laps old on stop and with the penalty now. 3-second time penalty. Obviously for track limits, that's what most people get those tiny little 3-second penalties for. That could be absolutely huge for this race. It could just be a I'd say it could be an Aero versus Storm, but at the moment it's looking more like just an Aero once again. This man is so unbelievably quick. Currently sat in P3 right now. Josh taking little chunks of time out of him. Really, really well driven so far. And thoroughly enjoying watching him drive. As both J-Force and Chaz Knights are now in the pit lane. Tyres changed. Release. Will he get released quick enough? Watching that map so carefully. He's coming around the second to last corner. Round the last corner, he's still got some distance. There they are. They're going to pass. Are they going to pass? Yes, he's going to pass. He is going to pass. He's going to get a he's going to get an absolutely huge pass on him. It's going to be no, it's not even going to be a fight to the first corner. It's a comfortable move for Storm as well. He's got him second behind as well, over a second behind. Not actually, no, not quite. It's 6/10. So he'll still be within DRS fighting. They probably won't want to fight too much because obviously that would allow Aero to pull away. These two have got to work together now to catch Aero for one of them, and then that's it. And you go against each other. Fight for your win. Per se. De Brindle's got a 3-second time penalty, and now that's officially everyone made a stop, I believe. That is everyone made a stop. Yellow sector 1, that's an Alpha Tauri slowly. I think that's Esports Addy, who's I think spun out of that corner. Not great for him at all. As these guys absolutely throwing themselves around the track at the moment. These two so close between each other. I just want a better view than this. Well, whilst this is an absolutely amazing camera angle, I must say, not great for watching the racing. The racing, you want a nice little aerial one. This is where it's at the moment. This is the closest race, this is the closest battle on the grid actually. The Ferrari and the Aston Martin, and it's a fight for P2. Even if J-Horse has got a 3-second time penalty, he can obviously make that time back up on the once he's passed, but you have to be fast. You have to be 3 seconds in front. As Obi Mushi out of the Grand Prix. I'm amazed that he's gone with Mushi instead of Kenobi. It's poor from him, and I think that's what has happened. Yeah, Abby's got the better of him, and he's spun it. To be honest, that wouldn't surprise me, and that has caused a virtual safety car. The other Ferrari in the pit lane currently. Unsurprisingly, something of that damage has caused a virtual safety car. Just obviously off into the wall. Another 3-second time penalty for someone there. Sorry, people getting in the way. Momentarily break. Virtual safety car over. Back to racing conditions. And it is back to these two fighting. Very, very close. Pretty much the entire race. Obviously, Storm decided to go for quite the undercut. And J-Horse tried a little bit of an overcut. But these two are back together now. Back fighting. J-Horse obviously got the worst out of that. Lap 14 of 26. We are halfway there as the Ferrari looks to try and make a move down the inside. Keeps it in. Doesn't quite make it through that corner in first place in the lead of the battle. He will have to stay behind for the second corner. Out. Got far more nowadays. That is an Alpine stops at the end of Magnus and Beckett. I think that's an Alpine. Is he driving? He is driving. I think that is DTRW. Yes, it is. Running through Magnus and Beckett's now, just etching closer and closer Can he get the good exit though? He's got a half decent one. This could be a fantastic little move. He's going to have to defend. Is he going to sit to defend? No, he's going to stay around the outside and hope that he's got the fresher tyres. No, he doesn't. The Ferrari cleanly makes it round before we even get to the corner. So it's not really that big of a deal for whether he defended or not. I think he knew what was going to happen. But it's 2.3 seconds to P1 now. Aero Blake really beginning to pull away with it. Storm, I don't think particularly minds anyway. All he needs to do is he just needs to stay within J-Horse. I think he knows that his battle for the lead is going to be tough. I don't think it's majorly going to happen for him. So I think he's already come to that conclusion, and I think he's just going to ease off and just stay within 3 seconds of J-Horse. Because right now he's in the position to do so. I can't see him losing this. I can't see him losing this P2 unless he has a collision or something. It's going to stay as it is, and I think it's a comfortable P2 for Storm currently. Instead, just a little bit too far back to be within that 3 second window just to get himself up a position. So J-Horse will currently move his way into God, I've lost all sense of my wording there. And my title, no, that'll probably be why my time is to leave there. These two just beginning to die down their battle as such. But this is the most that's happening on the grid. J-Horse has just gone past us, which means we are catching aero currently, which could mean we actually have a battle towards the end of the race, which is lovely. Not even gonna lie, I'm quite tired, and this race isn't helping me stay awake. Need someone to crash on the grid, on the actual track, if at all possible. Someone could do that. Because then that causes a safety car. Safety cars is action. Action is me staying awake and giving you the spectacle of 3 hours. Yeah, I think Storm has backed off a bit. Decided that it's probably not the best idea to fight very much. MUH 11 corner. That's why I couldn't understand it. Anything you guys have to say, please say. I am very bored, which is why I'm not surprised that we're down to only 7 viewers. 8 viewers now. Simply because it's a bit dull. Oh, I have one other thing to say. Tier 2 did a thing. We've got the highest view race on the Bear Racing channel. Round 1 Brazil is the most viewed at 180 views. Roughly about middle length. Yeah, in comparison to a lot of others. Round 4 Brazil actually not doing very good in Tier 1. The closest was round 1 Hungary, 155. So we're doing better than they can start with. So I don't know about you, but that's good. I'm pleased. I am so proud of you guys for getting to those 180 views in 6 days. Anyway, looking back to the race, Nothing's happened, I don't believe. Well, a few people have done 2 stops. Not 100% sure why. Thing is everyone's so spaced apart. I say that these two are getting awfully close. The front 3 runners are roughly a second between each other. All very noisy now. Back markers. Lap 18. We've got back markers. There you go. Write that down in your calendar. I'm so bored. Like nothing's happening and there's nothing to talk about. F1's on its off season, so it's not only like we can talk about the review. Couple of new drivers coming in, and yet the majority of people, Stead, Chasnair, Storm, Aero, were all in last week. J Hawes, obviously exception. He's done really well today. 1.7 seconds to Aero currently, and he's got 1.2 seconds back to Storm. So right now he's in a comfortable position. Obviously he did get 3 time penalties, that'll put him in P3. But nonetheless, good performance from him so far. 7 laps to go of the second longest track on the Grand Prix. Fun fact, I was supposed to go to Silverstone in August, but I got COVID the day before I was leaving. So that's unfortunate. It was for MotoGP actually, even though I've never watched a single MotoGP race in my life. I was going to go watch MotoGP British Grand Prix. And yeah. And yeah, I think that was like Valentino Rossi's last time ever racing a Silverstone, so that was sad. I wasn't able to see Valentino Rossi whilst the still race, which was a shame, but oh well, those things happen. You know, I want to go to Silverstone or even another country to go and watch an F1 race at some point. That would be like a highlight of my life. I can see a battle brewing here. Back at proper scrap end of the race. Here, the battle for the points. The battle for the points. It is the Brindle versus DPRW19. Mental battle, this one. I really shouldn't say these sort of things, but terribly sorry. Oh well. They're still plenty distance apart. Just getting very, very close to that second gap between Aero and J-Hawk. And that could really bring some life to the final 7 laps of the Grand Prix. Nearly 6 now. At some point. Jeez. Oh no, have we been lapped? No, we're very close to being lapped though. Oh. Very, very close to being lapped. But right now, these are the 2 closest cars to each other on the grid. Somehow. 7 tenths. There's 1.1 seconds P1 and B1 P2. So right now, quite hard on the grid, and it has been this entire race, and I'm hoping for something to happen. essentially right now it's just sitting and watching time on screens more than watching racing as per se. Storm's getting dangerously close to that outside 3-second gap. So J-Horse might be able to sneak second place in there. He's just got to drive a little bit quicker. If he can get past Aero, like easily, and then Aero doesn't fight, because it's dangerously close now. 1.5 tenths as they all come through, all lapping right this very second. And I think that's really mugged on. Oh no, because he's having to go slowly through that corner. How close was that brought then? Is it good for one and bad for another? It's about the same actually. Neither of them getting a major advantage out of that, I must say. DBRW having to let through another person into Cops. That's a big place to lose a lot of time going that slowly. It's annoyingly unfortunate for him, but will he be able to make anything out of it as the Brindle will have to give up a lot of time as well through that corner? That's that's actually a really good place to give up time, and has really made that work for his advantage. A second. So now the closest battle on the grid, as J-Horse has managed to sneak his way into P2. A firm, even with the penalty, is now his battle with Aero Blake, and I have all of a sudden woken up again and I'm ready to absolutely take on the world. Let's go. 5 laps remaining, including this one, including this lap. 5 laps to go, so it is height of time actually. We're playing a risky game here, boys. Playing a risky game. No new messages. What a surprise. Heading down the pit straight, just crunching that time. Down to 7 tenths now, very nearly 8 tenths after all. But 7 tenths nonetheless, 8 tenths now. It's close at the front. 4 laps remaining as they come across the final corner. 4 laps to go. Obviously, you've got to remember we include lap 26 as a whole lap, which is why it's 4 laps to go, rather than just finishing as soon as we hit 26. We do all of 26. So basically, we finish as soon as we hit lap 27. Which is a little confusing when you're trying to talk about how many laps we've got left. Down the Wellington straight, it's close. Very, very close. 2 tenths, big time gain through that corner. I wasn't expecting a move to be made, so I stayed pretty quiet through there. I was confident that he would have to stay behind. It's now back up to 3 tenths, but crunching back down the numbers once again. Could it be a move into Cops? No, he stays behind. Did have a little peek though, didn't he? He was a little bit oohing and ahhing about it. Probably not the best of places to make a move into Magnus and Beckett's. Defends anyway, the Haas does. Yoda I have become. Through Magnus and Beckett's. This could be a good place to get it though, but he just gets a little loose on exit. That's going to lose him a lot of time there. Back up to 5 tenths now. Having to gain all that time back. Does get a lot of it though. Down the hanger straight. Puts himself back into a position that he was just a couple of seconds prior. Back up to half a second though. So Aero Blake's definitely putting his pace down now. Both of them putting their pace down. They can't let off one another. They have to keep within such a close gap to each other. Aero obviously wanting to break out of that gap. J-Horse so close to it. Obviously this isn't a battle for the win. It's almost handed to Aero Blake, unless J-Horse obviously gives him a little nudge out of the way. That is obviously a possibility. We don't want to be seeing that though. We want nice, clean, fair racing. Storm completely out of the equation now. No longer a front runner whatsoever. 4 seconds behind J-Horse. But it could be a move down the Wellington straight. He does get it down the Wellington straight, but he is going to have to brake late into the corner. He does. He makes it. It's an absolutely fantastic move for the not technical, but on track lead of the race. It's an absolutely lovely move by J-Horse. I'm wondering whether he thinks that he might just be able to have the pace to pull 3 seconds. It will be absolutely mental if he does it. Incredible if he does it to get a debut win. But I don't think it's particularly possible. But you can never say anything with racing. That's the beauty of racing. You can never ever say anything. Aero Blake though, so much more ERS. Don't be surprised if he makes a move down here. Don't be surprised if he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move now. Can't quite get it done though. Only ever so slightly on the brakes as well. My man is running very, very... he's definitely not running ABS. Not putting 100% brake force down at any point there during that corner. Probably might want to do that. Aero Black though, beginning to pull away. 7/10. If he can make that second before the DRS line, I don't think he can. The DRS line there. So Aero will get DRS down the Wellington straight. I'm guessing he'll probably just crunch through all the ERS he has left. Just wants to break this second barrier. That's all he's asking for. Breaks it momentarily, but that's going to come crunching back down this straight. Not too much though. Still 9/10. As soon as he breaks that second, then that means that DRS is no longer effective. Then it's all to play for. This lap and next is all we have left. 8/10 split them. He'll have to do an absolute madness and pull 2 seconds next lap. I don't think it's entirely possible. But as I said before, can never say no in racing. Never say it's impossible. Storm actually beginning to climb back up the seconds. He's only got to gain half a second to be back within J-Horse. Oh no, he doesn't. He's 4 seconds. Obviously, it's intervals, not leader. Yeah, no, he's miles off. That's not happening. Aero just crunching time down the straight. 5/10 pull to him down the hanger straight. That's really quick, actually. Really, really quick. Could he possibly make a move on the last lap of the Grand Prix? It's a definite possibility. Only 4/10 behind. Coming around into the slowest section of the... Oh, he's getting close. He's very, very close behind. 4/10. Is he going to... He's got so much more ERS. Does he absolutely hammer on the ERS? Yes, he begins to launch himself on the ERS. He only has a particular amount though. This is the final lap. This is it. This is all he's got to play with now. Decides to stay out of it. I think he's going to try and make a move down into the hanger straight. That's a properly do or die move though for a technical lead of the race on track. That's the absolutely best way to win it after all. You want to win it on track using a substantial amount of ERS. But is that... He's saying he's low on fuel, but I think they're all screaming low on fuel. Getting so very close to him. Through Magnussen Beckett, still 4/10. Can he make it less than 4/10 heading in? No, he's starting to gain time. 5/10, back down to 4. Opens up ERS though. Could he try and make a move down into the final corner out of the DRS? He's going to make it. Can he get the move done? He does get a move done. I imagine he'll probably hold position now to the line, but number 20 is not far behind. Big braking zone into Vale. It's a yellow flag sector 2. That's a Mercedes stopped. I think that is... I've got no idea, but it doesn't matter because Aeroblade comes across to win at Silverstone. 2 races on the trot. This man has already won. Storm UK does in fact make his way up into P2. He managed to clinch Jawheads right at the very last second. A whole 8/10 actually. Very, very impressive drive from him. What a fantastic drive from all 3 of them, to be honest. Seriously impressive there. If we look at a nice little gap to leader. J-Horse must have got another penalty. I didn't even realise that he got another penalty. He must have at some point. I thought he was still on 3 seconds. Very, very good. Fantastic racing. Really, really fantastic. Stepping up onto the podium now. He's done it twice in a row. The Haas, the slowest car on real grids, but the fastest in Tier 2. The Brit has done it once again. with another Brit stood next to him. It's been an absolutely fantastic race, Silverstone. They were all so close at the beginning, and then the pit stops, shaking up the order, and then Aero has absolutely had it for the entirety of the race. The Ferrari only clinching back that time just towards the end, but Aero managed to clinch it on track, and then just launching his time so much further into the end. Couple of people coming back. Hello, welcome back. The official timings towards the end of the race will be shown in 3 seconds time as we head into the lovely little celebrations as we go straight back. Not helpful considering the fact that I really needed to see those timings. If anybody saw those, please send me a screenshot, I beg, because I need to know who was where for the end of that race. That's annoying. Luckily, we've obviously got my stream, so we can just watch that back and see if I can just about sneak that timing. Well done, Aero. Yeah, it's an absolutely good, mate. You did a fantastic job today. Really impressive, actually. Very impressed indeed. Aero Blake, J Horse, and our P2 was also very good indeed. So I'm just watching back just to see whether I can get the official timings. But they were just, oh god, that's so tight. Yeah, so if anybody has those, please do send them over. Because that'll really help me out. GG from our Henson. Really great race today. Yeah, just one more reiterate. If anybody saw those timings, please send them over because you saw on stream just how quickly they were gone like that. Be thoroughly appreciated. Thank you all very much for watching. This was round 2 of Tier 2 of the Bear Racing League at Great Britain. I was your host, The Carteristics. Thank you all very much for watching. See you next week, where I believe we are racing. Where are we racing next week? I should really know this stuff, shouldn't I? That's Tier 1, Tier 2. Next week we are racing at Austria. So I will see you all at Austria very soon. Thank you and good.